Hello everyone and welcome to this very different kind of video. This is not the gaming video, and disclaimer for those who already may have some troubles in their mind or their mental health isn't at its finest. It's just a heads up, just a disclaimer, because we're going to talk about a very subconscious topic that nobody talks about, but it's there. It always has been there, and it will be. To remind you that what was cannot be again. So, yeah, this is my version of nostalgia. Nostalgia isn't what you think it is. There's something that's been on my mind lately that bothers me a lot sometimes. Maybe I lose sleep sometimes. And it's a feeling that I think many of us have experienced, but very few of us actually understand. It's nostalgia. Not the warm kind of nostalgia, not to be mistaken, that makes you smile when you find an old photo or a memory of your childhood in an object, something like that. I'm talking about the heavy kind. The kind that hits you late at night when you hear an old song, when you see a game you used to play and it just sits there, man, ready to be played, but you just can't click the play button. You have made download it twice, 3, 4 times. You have deleted it because it takes up space, but you've downloaded it again in the hopes of playing with your friends or revisiting those maps that you used to play and roam in. But you just can't click it. It's the type of when you reminded of the time that's gone forever, and suddenly there's this emptiness, like a void, this strange sadness, like not like depression. It's not that deep, but it's very settled, and you feel its presence. Like you're missing something, but you can't quite put a name to it. So, what is nostalgia, really? Well, most people think they are nostalgic for a game, a computer, a city, a place they used to love to hang out with friends, maybe a house or a group of friends. But the older I get, the more I believe that's not entirely true. We don't miss the things. We miss how we felt when those things were part of our lives. I don't really miss that old computer. It was a piece of shit anyways, to be honest with you. It had an Intel Pentium and 4 gigs of RAM. But maybe that's all I needed back then.
See you on the other side.
It's all it took to create memories. I don't really miss that game. I don't even miss that room, to be honest.
Enemy down.
What I miss is the person I was back then.
Target eliminated.
I remember summers
Target eliminated.
sitting in front of a screen with a fan blowing against my back. I had that frozen thingy, like a frozen drink. I don't remember. It was something like a lollipop, something frozen, like I don't know, how do you call those? It has that mojito kind of flavor, and it was sitting in a glass beside me or in a plate, so I don't mess up the whole desk. And endless hours spent in games that might not even exist anymore.
Well done.
Well, one of them it does. It's actually Counter-Strike Nexon Zombies. At least that's what it was called back then. Now you may find it Nexon Studio on Steam. And if I could go back, yeah,
Eliminated.
probably I would. But there's a problem. You can't truly go back.
Target eliminated.
You can find the same computer, you can find the same game, you can play the same music in the back, like I used to. Not sponsored, but I loved to play No Copyright Sounds or some basic big room house back in the day. While playing, of course. You can even recreate the same setup, but you can't become that version of yourself again. Time has already moved on. Blink and you missed it. That's how fast it goes. Sometimes it's scary, to be honest with you.
Target eliminated.
Sometimes it's scary. Why does it hurt so much? Because nostalgia carries a small amount of grief inside it. That's what we don't realize. That's what none of us don't realize it until we figure it out. Some people never figure it out. We grieve eras inside us. We grieve friendships that ended before they started or didn't last that long, or maybe we got lost growing up. We grieve routines, places, even old versions of ourselves. Some chapters of our lives end without ever telling us they're ending. It's kinda like this feeling when Stranger Things ended and everybody assumed that there may be a continuation. There's gotta be something else. The brothers, the Duffer Brothers, they've cut out so much stuff, Netflix pushed them. They didn't have so much time, man, oh shit. At the end of the day, you should realize one thing. It always ended how it was supposed to end. No matter how much you try, like Stranger Things, good things must come to an end. I know, it hurts. You grew up with Stranger Things like you grew up yourself. You had those memories, you lived them. You experienced stuff. It's not just the show, it's not about Netflix. You were in it. From the moment that you woke up, to what lunch you had, to riding a bike to the closest beach to have a swim with your friends, to spending late nights eating snaggies with your friends or talk about random stuff, to having your first PC and hopping into some lobbies random at first and then with friends and just having fun. Everything must come to an end. Take for example Warface. It was by far one of the most favorite games that I've played in my entire life. I've had more than 1,000 hours because I've lost 2 previous accounts. And to be honest with you, just like that, it ended. Like recently, I have downloaded the game I was ready to play when I received a notification that it's shutting down for good. I logged into Steam and I figured that developers cannot support the game anymore. I don't even see any future projects of them that include this game. It stopped existing just like that. Every memory, every lobby session, every random joke, every player that you have ever encountered, and just like that, it came to an end. Is it sad? Maybe. Maybe for some of us it is. Maybe we grieve something. Something that can't be fixed. Something that can't be said with words. But it is what it is at the end of the day. And the saddest part, especially when I was younger, and most of us were younger, we only realize that those chapters of our lives are ending only years later. That's the sad part. We only realize it a long time after. Maybe that afternoon, that was the last time, for example, the whole group logged in together and we all played random games. Maybe that summer was the last one without responsibilities. Maybe that moment mattered far more than we understood at the time. And this is where many people get confused. They think they're depressed. They think something is wrong with them. I thought for a while back, many years ago, that something's wrong with me. But, it's... I don't know how to explain this. They think they need to go back and find whatever they lost. Like I felt. To recreate that feeling. To relive that time. But maybe that's impossible. Because what we miss isn't the moment itself. We miss the life that existed around that moment. And if you really think about it, like, no, honestly, take a moment. Think about it. Like I did. Did I miss that summer? I mean, it's summer right now. I'm recording this in summer. Oh man, maybe I miss that I was competing in swimming. Yeah, I'm an athlete. Why don't I just start swimming again? Aside from calisthenics or whatever else I'm doing right now. I did. Guess what? It didn't bring back shit. But wait, hold on. I'm swimming. It's summer. I've got my PC right here. I got my frozen lollies in the fridge with mojito flavor right now. I've got an AC blowing my back in pure cold air. So what's missing? What's not there? Well, life cannot be recreated exactly as it was. That's what's missing. And honestly, just let's say I somehow found that old game again. I spent countless hours playing with my friends. Maybe the servers will work. Maybe I can still log in. Maybe everything looks exactly the same way I remember it. But when I join, I'll be alone. The maps are still there, the sounds are still there. The memories are still there, but the people aren't. The version of me that experienced those moments isn't there either. And that's when you realize something important. You were never chasing the game. You were chasing the feeling. That's what we miss. So what do we do? Well, I came to the conclusion that we accept that some things were beautiful precisely because they happened only once. And then we keep moving forward. Not because we've forgotten them, but because we've guarded them with us. Memories are not places we're meant to live in. They're places we visit. Places that helped shape who we became. And maybe that's the most comforting thought of all. Right now, as you're watching this video, without even realizing it, you're already living in a future memory. Years from now, you look back on a day that seemed completely ordinary, a game, a conversation, a friend, a late night session, a quiet afternoon, a moment that you didn't feel that it was important at all, and somehow it will become one of the moments that you miss the most, because every moment leaves a mark. Every experience leaves an echo, and whether we noticed it or not, the life we're living today, it becomes the nostalgia of our future selves. Some chapters end, some memories fade, but every moment leaves its mark on eternity.